Hey guys, how you doing? This is Andy Huang. 大家好，我是黄家贤. Hey, listen, today I want to talk about something a little differently. The reason being that, earlier this morning I was, I didn't post it. I was tagged in someone else's post, so that made me realize what had happened. And then before I replied, before I said anything, I took some time, and then I wanted to just kind of go through it, see, should I get involved, should I not get involved? So then I say, I decided that, to actually repost and then reply back to that original post. So what prompted was, I was watching on Netflix, there was a special of Cat Williams. So for those of you, if you know who Cat Williams is, he's a hilarious comedian. So anyway, he was talking about, in one of the special, he was talking about how important it is to make yourself happy, because people will tend to make you, either bring you down, make you feel bad, or make you doubt yourself. So I think it's very important for everyone to understand that, because for you to be miserable, you serve an incredible purpose for these other people, because they want you to be just as miserable as they are, or if not more miserable than they are, because that's your purpose. To them, that's huge. So with that, with that in mind, so basically what happened was, there is a, today's day and age, anything you do, there's a group that you could join. So then it happened to be, there is, if you're on Facebook, there's a group for about 5,000 people, not a crazy group, but amount-wise, 5,000 people, it's not a, it's not a huge group, but it's definitely not something small. So, and I'm always very conscientious and very careful about what I post and how I post, what I say in that group. So that's why this morning, what happened was, it was an online game society. So I didn't, we played a few rounds. I didn't say anything, and then all of a sudden I saw I was tagged in that post, and then it was just a buddy of mine who happened to be in the same group, and then we were in the same round, and then he was just saying, hey, listen, why are you hiding? Why are you hiding as a camper? So on and so forth. So and then we were just going back and forth, but between, because we're buddies, so of course, but then I started to really looking into what other people are posting it, and I realized, it's just exactly like what Cat Williams said. Okay, people will use every possible opportunity to put you down. So what I meant by that was, I started looking into the post. It was a very friendly post. Hey, listen, why are you being a camper? Why don't you come out and fight? So then I was like, yeah, I did. If you look at the video clip, I was running around. So we just, keep on missing each other. And then this other person just say, oh, because he's an asshole. So I was like, wait a second. So I'm pardon my language, I don't know how else to say it, because it's exactly what he said. Oh, okay, that's for to stay politically correct, he started using the a-hole word. So, and I was like, there's no need for that kind of language. But then I was thinking about what Cat Williams said. So, and then some couple of other people, privately messaging me and saying, hey, listen, don't even worry about it. Just do what you are doing. Okay, you didn't do anything wrong. It wasn't anything derogatory. As a matter of fact, you didn't even post it. It was someone else's post it saying that, something about you, and you have no control it. You have no control over how someone else feels or acts on their behalf. So then I realized, that's absolutely right. In today's society, we are so sensitive, and we're so, it's almost like we don't want to act because we're afraid what other people will judge us. So, but then they're saying, hey, listen, you didn't do anything wrong. Everyone have different opinions. Okay, people have different opinions, and then everyone have the right to express how they feel. Just if you see, for example, I remember there was a video clip circling around on YouTube, I believe, was about someone was torturing the animal. So then, if you start looking into some of the comments, some things get so blown out of proportion. Like, for example, Ricky Gervais said that there was a special week, a special month in China where they tortured and eat dogs. So he posted something, said one beautiful animal, and then being tortured by two cunts. So then and people just start getting, jump on and say, oh, we don't like the C word, this and that and everything else. So it kind of just made me realize that, a lot of people are afraid of the social backlash. It's a matter of principle. If you stand your ground, if you believe what you believe, you really have to, you can't please everyone. And it's just ludicrous for you to understand, for you to have that kind of thinking, saying that, hey, listen, I want to make sure, I please everyone. It's kind of difficult, because it doesn't matter what you do, people always have different opinions, and then you'll always get, 100 people could say you're doing the right thing, and this one person will just be extremely negative about it. But if you dwell on that one person, and then for the benefit, okay, for example, if you put out a post, and then 100 people or 1,000 people, 10,000 people benefit from it, but then if you worry about 1 or 2 people, what would they think? What would they feel? And then you don't put out that post. And then there's 100 people, there's 1,000 or 10,000 people that would have benefit from this video clip or from this idea, whatever it is. I'm using video because I am, that's the original how we started it, this clip. So whatever idea you have, if it's right, of course, don't be an a-hole, and don't do anything nasty. If you're doing stuff like nasty, then you're asking for it. But if you do something for the benefit of enjoyment, or for benefit of someone else's, if you believe that that's what it is, of course, go ahead and do it. Because what you have to realize is there's no way you can't please it. You can't please everyone. There's no way you could please 100% of the people 100% of the time. So what we do is we aim to please most of the people most of the time. Okay, I'll give you another example. There was a huge debate whether or not, for those of you if you know Flushing, okay, Flushing, right by where the Long Island Railroad overpass is, that's where the New World Mall is. Okay, if you pay attention, right where McDonald's is, if you look at the sidewalk, it's twice as wide as what it used to be. So does the other side. So I remember when that happened, they went into a huge debate of whether or not that should happen. And because a lot of people are saying now, what, as it is, the traffic is so crazy, and then if you narrow the road even more, you're just gonna have more problems. All right. So then what happened was a lot of people jump on it, but other people are saying that, what, for the safety of other pedestrians, you should make it wider, because there's so many people selling stuff on the side of the road, so people will literally have to walk onto the oncoming traffic. And then, that's very dangerous for the pedestrians. So, that's one of those examples I was talking about. You'll never be able to have. That's why we live in a free democracy world, because people will have ideas. There's going to be people coming out debating whether or not I should do it, and then that's how a healthy society is. All right, so guys, don't be afraid of your ideas. Again, please, I am not encouraging any cyberbullying or any type of derogatory posts or comments, but I'm simply saying that if you have an idea, and then other people will benefit from it, go ahead and do it, and then and you'll be surprised, because a lot of people, one thing I learned from posting and start putting out these social media stuff is the support that I get is amazing. Total strangers that I've never met before, and that I would probably never met if it wasn't because of these different groups. So I'm in this gamers group, and also I'm a huge fan of Rottweilers. I love Rottweilers. We used to own Rottweilers for about 10 years before he passed away. We were devastated when he passed away. But I'm a huge animal lover. I'm a dog person. I love dogs. I grew up with dogs since I was 3 years old. So, for the past, I'm 45 now. So, you could imagine, that relationship that I have, that bond that I have with dogs, is just, it's just unreal, so, but anyway, so, I'm in that Rottweilers group also. So, and I constantly see it. I constantly see people with great ideas putting out there and constantly get shot down. And then they just, they shied away from it. They'll put something out, and, they'll put something in a post, and people will start saying negative things. Oh, this is so stupid. I can't believe you posted this and that. And all this person did was, there was one post about whether or not Rottweilers, should the breeders should cut their tails the day when they were born. So there's two extreme different groups. Some believe that the tail should be cut. Some believe that it's not natural, it's animal cruelty if you cut it. So they went into this debate. So and at the end, after a few hundred comments later, and then that comment has nothing to do with Rottweilers anymore. The debate, the topic started by saying whether should I cut this tail of the Rottweiler. Okay, a few hundreds posts and reposts later, that became, this is what's wrong with our society, blah 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 blah. And I was like, wow, this is just and then the conversation went on even further, how they talk about, oh, this is what happened with the Obama and administration, and with the Trump administration, and then Hillary got dragged in, and then Bill Clinton got dragged in. I was like, oh my God, this is surreal. This is something that started by asking, where should I cut the tail of the Rottweiler? And to me, the opinion, it's very easy. It's yay or nay. Yes, cut it, da da da, or no, don't cut it, da da da. But this is what happened. I know this is different than my normal posts, and then I know based on what I'm saying, there will be backlash, stuff like that. But again, please understand, I am not putting out this post in any negative way. I'm just simply saying that judge the post by what the context is. Don't that's why in a way a lot of people are saying that the law, attorneys, the laws, in our system is stupid. It's actually not stupid. For those of you, if you ever gotten a ticket from for, I don't know, talking on the cell phone, no seatbelt, or running a red light, if you ever try to fight it, pay attention to what the attorney or the person, the driver, and then the officer who wrote that ticket, and the judge. Listen to the conversation, okay? And then if they could implement something in there to establish, reason beyond reasonable doubt, and then that ticket gets dismissed. So, and then that's when it gets fascinating, because everything they say in that 2, 3, 5, 10 minutes, whatever it is, it only pertains to that case. You will never hear someone say, oh, well, by the way, I think in general that seatbelt law or the cell phone law. No, we're not here to debate whether or not you think that seatbelt law or the cell phone law or anything should be contemplated. We're simply talking about whether or not you did anything wrong. So stay on the topic, and then that's it. Get to the point, and that's it. So sorry guys. So I know, again, I know this is a little different than my normal post, but I hope you guys enjoyed it, and thank you so much for spending the time with me. This is Andy Huang from Exit Realty Dynasty, and then enjoy the rest of the awesome day. It is not even 3 o'clock. It's gorgeous weather. It's 55 right now. So all right guys, enjoy, get out there, do your things. And then again, if you have anything, any questions relates to real estate and so on and so forth, or radiology, or just please, look me up across any platform, social media, Andy Huang. And my direct line is 646-996-0859. And you can email me directly, andyhuangrealtor@gmail.com. All right, guys. Bye now.